we doing it again. Here we go. What's happening, my people? What's going on? Yeah, we back. We got the volume back tonight too, man. I'm sorry for the last show. It was a dope ass show. Gave some good ass shorts out there, but I don't know what kind of systems y'all got. So some of y'all probably couldn't hear me. I'm also here on TikTok. Appreciate y'all tuning into the show. Thank you for tuning in. Y'all are great and lovely. So anyway, back to the show tonight because I thought this show was extremely pivotal. Definition of a man show part two. Let me get my logos and shit back proper, right? So y'all can see what the hell I'm doing anyway. This was happening. Okay. All right. Here we go. So this time we got to do a part two. Got to do part fucking two of the definition of a man show for real. Check it out, yo, for real. So the first show I did discover that I talked about a lot of men taking care of themselves, and I tapped into a lot of things like hygiene. Interpersonal skills with yourself so that you can be better with the ladies, things of that nature. So it's always important. I'm going to come up stand so my eyesight can be alignment. But if it's not, y'all just got to pay attention on TikTok, on my phone. And my guys, y'all tuning in, y'all up here with me. So on the camera. So I just don't have the alignment because I can't find. There it is right here. Shit, my bad. Let me get you set up. All right. Stay tuned, TikTok. Just hanging there with me right quick so I can get us aligned. So you just got to bear with me and listen to me real quick while I get this stand set up. But yeah, back to the show at hand. Men, I discover I'm a lot disappointed in all actuality. I don't like what I see. I don't like the aggressive nature of the woman and how her nature is becoming extremely masculine. And I mean, if you look at the order of operations, because men are becoming very feminine and very effeminate. It's like your emotions matter than you being who you're designed to be. I don't agree with that whole mental mind concept. I think that's a problem. It's a sickness. Anytime you got a man and you want to be coddled or, act as if your manhood isn't a divine, natural order of operation that God gave you, then how do you even think of existing properly and in a space of mastery to where you should be able to want to master certain specific qualities about yourself that should matter to you specifically because of your capabilities. All right, how the fuck this? All right, I guess what I'm trying to explain is, it goes that way. That's right. That's right. Yeah. Yeah, let me get my stand straight, people say. Oh. Mm. All right, here we go. Yeah, that's good. All right, here we go. So anyway, now we can have some alignment with TikTok. Got my stand set up. Let me align that right. Get my phone situated. Here we go. All right, all right. Now I'm not so distracted. And we're all on the same little chord here. All right. Yeah. So we get to do this and position everything where how we need it to be so we can have some side alignment. That's important. I'm on two different platforms, so I'm glad y'all are working with it. Thank you. There we go. All right. All right. All right. So we got some alignment now, side alignment. So back to the discussion. Back to what we're talking about. Taking care of yourself as a man. Very important element. Very important attribute to to attain so that you can sustain yourself. And also taking care of yourself makes you extremely attracted to women. You know what I'm saying? When they know you can take care of yourself, and the one thing that they think about first is, are you a good provider? Can you provide? Can you take care of a household? Can you cut grass? Can you paint? Can you can you do things that are, you don't have the necessarily, that's not what you do for a profession, but you still can perfect it. You can learn it and do it. You can apply what you learn, and you can apply it like a profession. See, women like that, they love that type of shit too. They eat that up. Damn, my man he don't even do this for a living, but he goddamn sure know how to. He goddamn sure know how to get it done, and get it done good and right too, just like he do me. But anyway, yeah, you gotta throw that in when you got it like that, though, for real. But anyway, yeah, another thing about being a man is taking care of and looking out for people that take care of and look out for you, even if they ain't got it like you. You know what I'm saying? It's called a selfless act. It's a trait that real men have, and women don't carry them type of traits. They have to learn that type of shit. And they have to and they get to see the everlasting effects of those God man type principles. See, when it comes to being a real man, it ain't all about gain. It's all about legacy, man. What you leave here on this planet. See, I know that I have influenced people that make more money than me right now. I've influenced people that are millionaires right now. I have, personally. I've influenced people that if they have not met me, they say, hey, guess what? I don't know what my life would be, younger and old. And I don't have to name one of them. They know who they are. But I have that kind of effect on people because I'm not a jealous soul. I'm not a hateful soul. I'm a loving being. And I don't have to sit up here and act like I can't do for self. If I taught them to do it, that's why I live so well. But it's what you're willing and what you're able to sort of be in the position in at the time that you are in. And that's on purpose as well. A lot of people love to get out here and do a lot of shit. A lot of men love to get out here and say, I'm man enough to get out here and do it. And then you end up curled up in a ball crying. And I'm not going to tell you like a little bitch. I'm just going to tell you bit off more than you can chew. So you have to get your ass back up and you have to rewire what you got going on so that you can get back to what you was doing in a successful way. It's just that goddamn simple. But some people have these goddamn problems, man. They don't. They feel like you feel like you're a fraud. You feel like you don't deserve to be where you at because you're where you at. I've never had that feeling, but I've heard people say that shit. But that's why they can never get on the motherfucking horse and ride and be successful because they too in awe. Uh, uh, uh. Wherever you at, you're there to make a difference, to make a change. You got there for a reason, so get the fucking work. Get the work and get the fucking doing what you gotta do. Anyway, let me get to the next moment because this is a redo, and I do it. I'm doing it right now. Take care of your mental. I told you some of you motherfuckers end up curling like a ball. Like a ball. Oh God. get up out of that shit. Stop crying and stop making fucking excuses. That's what children do. Children make excuses. They can't wait to make an excuse. They ain't got to be accountable for shit that they do. And you know how you adults ain't never matured out of it. It's got to be an excuse. This all my fault. Yeah, motherfuckers, all your fault. Yes, 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 it is. Yes, it is. Please understand and believe that shit. So that's the most effective and fastest way you can make the goddamn change. Yes, you fucking did it. You don't believe that shit? You know you did it. You know you fucking did it. You believe it. You better believe it. Because it's all your motherfucking fault. For real. Stop acting like it ain't. Stop acting like the shit is what it ain't. Yes, it is. Fucking know it too. That's the sad part about it. You acting like you can make the excuse out of an excuse to not making an excuse, but to say it is an excuse, but you're not accountable for it. Word salad. You see what that's word motherfuckers full of shit. Full of shit. That's all that shit sound like. Stop. The faster you are accountable, the faster you can get effective. But if you don't want to be accountable, you'll never be effective. You want to keep making excuses. It's always somebody's fault. No, it's your goddamn fault, and you know it. Sorry. I can't tell you no more plainly than that. I really do apologize, but it really is the truth. That shit's your fault. It is. Do something about it. Only you can. I'm not coming down on you. I won't do that. I think it's petty. I think it's unwarranted. I think sometimes people just don't know. And I also have discussed how some people were raised bad. And that doesn't make you have the capability to keep being a fucked up person because your parents raised you fucked up. You have to be accountable, even if you got to raise your fucking self. Go into an organization, get some act right, get some dignity, get some integrity, get some fundamentals, get some shit you can plant your feet in the ground, ground yourself into something if you're a young man. That way you can get you a solid lady. But the reason why a lot of you young fellas, you're horny and got all this dick energy. Yeah. We all have when we were younger. Yeah. All this dick energy, all them ladies. And you can take energy too. Old niggas take a lot of young pussy energy. Yeah, they take young ladies energy. I don't do that. I'm married to her. We exchange energy. But let's get back to the point. Shit ain't about me. It's about you. Dig this shit here. The problem with slanging your dick energy around here and you're a loser, women are susceptible to that shit. Remember when we started calling women bitches in songs? Bitches and whores. Then they started calling each other's bitches and whores. When you had Andy Stone saying, "Black brother, rest his soul. I love you. I will never try to hurt you. I want you to know that I am here for you for forever true." But she dead now, you know. But look at that pioneering song that came out in 2001. Then you had India Ari, and you had a lot of this neo soul coming out, all this praise of the beautiful nature of us. We were waking up, renewing, and understanding. Waking up, renewing, and understanding. Specifically, who we were, how we were trying to want to achieve and be. And it started making more sense. The DNA started reacting differently. And we started loving each other. We even started going into an Africa phase, wearing medallions. And, that started in 92. Rodney King Wise, Black people were. That's when Pan-Africanism was at its all-time high because of the Black Aboriginal, the Black American. We wanted to associate with Africa so bad because you look at all that beautiful continent, and those are good people, wonderful people, extraordinary people, just like us. But we get beat down, downtrodden, destroyed, annihilated, and we still rise above all of the ashes like a phoenix. We are the phoenix people. Phoenix people, the copper color complected, the people burnt by the sun, the people that rose up from the land, and still that gets taken from us by a foreign people from Siberia that claims to be Native American. Okay, you got a few thousand years here, but you don't have hundreds of thousands of years here. You know you don't have that because nothing looks like you. It all looks like people that look like me, specifically, too. And you know these things. But the problem is you're so arrogant. And you know that there were 52 plus thousand sculptures that were recarved to fit the phenotype of an Asiatic. But then you still have Japan with phenotypical black monks, China, phenotypical black monks, India, full of black people. But somehow they chase this illusion of white, the illustrious illusion of being white, because you have no wants or means about being who the fuck you are. Well, let me tell you something. You're melanated. You were here before anything that was ever pale complected. Ever. No one looked like nothing but this globally in a different phenotype. But this one is specifically belonging to the Americas. You understand? Let's get to the next moment, because this is the definition of a man show. You understand? And all you see with the Amarukan is the man. That's right. The motherfucking man. Yeah, you know it. Anyway, taking care of your mental is one thing, but development is supreme. How do you develop? Knowing who you are, where you come from, knowing who your mother and father is, knowing who their mothers and their fathers are, and beyond. And knowing their stories and how they funnel through your veins, your mental mind concepts, your heart, the way your heart beat, the way you maneuver, the way you orchestrate your life, the way you participate and master those same behaviors that you have had for eons. But you are blessed with those same behaviors and knowing how to master them again. And some of us are blessed with a multitude of them. Not a little bit, a multitude of blessings and lessons and learnings and lovings, because those are your skill sets. Those are the things that can get you and help you survive through any aspect and any form of life imaginable, because we have been through everything. The fire is of us. We can't be burned because we are of the stars. We're stardust, children of the sun, you know, the melanated ones, the happy people of the West. See, there's a lot of people. They look like us. They kind of look like us. They kind of you know, they kind of got the same kind. You know, oh yeah, they are cousins. Yeah, hell yeah. But you know what? The Aboriginals know one thing. They know one thing. I got to put the motherfucker right where I had. I was trying to make it better. It wasn't working. Okay. Aboriginals know one thing. When you're happy and you good, you're happy and you good. You have no reason to hate or even feel intimidated or to feel inferior. Because if you feel all those things when you dealing with black people, that means something wrong with you. You got some other shit that's permeating in you, that you feel inferior around other black people, and you got all this hate and hostility. You have not dealt with yourself. You do not know who you are. You do not know me either. Like I tell you, all skin folk ain't kinfolk. Some people hate the fact that they black. That's why that old cake soap is all, let me pale myself, let me do this. I can't stand being who I am. That's how the motherfuckers is. That's how they act. That's how they get out. All black people do not like loving their God-given gifts. They'll throw them away and they'll cast themselves to hell just to be a commoner with the people that hate their ass. Somehow you feel like you can belong when you just don't. But you know who? Let me give you a little secret. The reason why I have white friends because they want to be my friends. But it comes, my friendship comes with standards, rules, no lying, no deception, no deceit. And I'm watching your ass because you can't live in this world and not have friends of all walks of life, all sides of the human or mankind equations. In what world can you exist or live in and don't have no friends from other people? But we all know, see, this is what we know as Black Americans. We know we have no friends. It's all about association. It's all about if there's a friendship. And some of those friendships that I have, I can never tell you about. It's not that they're private and secret. It's just the fact that they make sense to me. I don't have rich friends. I may be friends with some poor whites, but don't mean me. They don't mean I gotta put them out there on front street to you. I ain't got no rich white friends. I ain't got no rich black friends. I have friends. There are all kinds of people, but most of them they fall in the friend category because they are a friendly, not because we are so friendly. I got air friends, very good friends of a multitude of different colors, but they are human and they are high humans. They just have different colors and of different persuasions, but the genuine nature, the humanity in them supersedes the illusion of thinking that race even exists at all. Shit. That's just a little truth for you. So let me get to the next book moment because this is a show redo. God damn it. I got to redo this fucking shit. All right. No problem. No problem at all. I'm just talking shit. Ain't no worries. Check it out. That's why I say development is supreme. Always developing yourself is supreme because you have the intuition to really know who you're dealing with, regardless of what they wear on the exterior. So keep living. That's when you're gonna really understand that. You get a little older, you get a little older, like I am. You'll understand that. Yeah, you'll have some friends. There are boundaries, yes, and true enough. Because most of the white friends I got, they're married to white women. They're not. They ain't married to black women. They may have a different wife of a different ethnicity. But at the end of the day, they are a real person and they have real conviction. You see. So when you keep living, you understand that some people ain't who you think they are. They got conviction. And they will help you. And they do love you. And they do appreciate you. And guess what? Some of them may have a pale complexion, but you do not know them. You don't know who they are. And they also may know you better than you know you. And I'm not talking about just the Jane Elliots of the world. It's a multitude. A multitude. Some of them have made mistakes. But you're talking about a Jacqueline Bellora or a goddamn Tim Wise. You know, I study all scholars, all of them. I don't bring their names up all the time, but I have my own justified positionings as to why I listen and I construct and I deal with who I want to deal with, how I want to deal with them. But I do agree with one thing that Dr. Jane Elliott said. What Miss Jane Elliott said, you know, we're just cousins of different skin complexions and tones. And as I said, and as I have discussed before on the show, there's a lot of black people with a lot of pale complexions around this world. They even have them on the news all the time. I hope y'all be listening and learning. And half of you people that don't know yourself and hate black people so bad, I bet you won't figure out how much black you may have in you or melanated. Melanated. It may be a gift to you. Your ass may be able to walk around in the sun when it gets so motherfucking hot. You may think about what you hate. What you hate. And most of the time, you love it so much you just can't believe you're not it, and you just say, "I hate God for not making me what I wanted to be and what I should have been." So you just deal with these different things and mental ways that kind of fuck you up a little bit that you should just address and say, "Hey, I appreciate breathing. I appreciate the ability of learning and being the best version of myself because that's how it really should be." It shouldn't be about jealousy of what color anybody is, man. It's just weird. It's weird as fuck, but as we know, it's a lot of people that do a lot of weird shit, and they don't mean it. You know, I think we're all infatuated with each other a little bit. That's why we do what we do. I think we all are. I think we all have a little. Uh, I can admit it. I don't have an infatuation with white people at all. I have an infatuation with why they're so fucking uh, deterred. I have an infatuation with not understanding the order of operations. And basically, I think a lot of pale complected people deal with a lot of psychological issues, which is why there's so many drugs. And no pun intended, but that's I think the imbalances throughout how you're operating. Some of you are not meant to even function in the capacity that you are because it's not natural for you. So you have to be on all of these different type of drugs because you're not in your natural state either, as applied across the whole human stream and elements of the human lexicon. I could not be in a courtroom in a situation that I felt unbecoming in, but simply because I could not explain that I had a issue. Yeah. See, sometimes things aren't fucked off or you're not fucked off. Nothing like that is the way it is because it's that way. It's because we live in an upside down world. We live in a paradigm that's upside down. We live in a world that's not supposed to be the way it fucking is today. And that's just the truth. Those are the facts. So let me get to the next moment. Got a little deep on y'all. I'm sorry about that. Position yourself for success at all times. Know you. I'm telling you, the most important thing that you can know right now is you. It's more important than an Ivy League education because the more you learn about yourself, you'll supersede an Ivy League education. And can't nobody teach you more about you than you. So when you have that type of confidence and that type of sentiment knowing you from you, you may be able to teach the Ivy Leaguer because they are programmed. They think that everything that they have learned is true will give them the confidence to think that what they say and what they believe about themselves is true. And it's completely bullshit. It's completely a fucking lie. It's a fabrication. And that's what the predicate. That's what digging your heels in means. You want to implant yourself so intrinsically in deep into a culture, into an infrastructure that it was impossible to root you out. And Trump just showed you that is just not true. Shit can be stopped at all at once. And everybody's at jeopardy. See, he just showing America that America could have been far greater if it wasn't for deviance, evil, wicked, underbelly, underlining elements of hatred, money, influence. I told you politicians were multiple bloodsuckers. If you look at the etymology, poly, multiple. Tick is a bloodsucker. Multiple fucking bloodsuckers. And that's what they do. And it's on display. This is not just started fucking happening. This been going on. It didn't matter who was in office. You just didn't ever feel the brunt. See, the problem was black folks been geared up this for 500 years. Since my ancestors saw you arrive, we knew we was on for a ride. We was gonna be taken, fucked over, prison on. We knew it was coming. We knew what was coming, but we saw how you handled situations so haphazardly, completely befuddled fools and beheathen sycophants and idiots and dirty fucking non-bathing following order type of people, and you get put in these positions, and now you got a country that you sit in positions and everything moves like oil, can't nothing get done because you're in a place that you do not belong. You don't belong. You do not belong in the situation or the position that you're in, and it's quite evident. It shows. So you should put people in position that they should and have always have been. There's a lot of work to do in this country. And the reason why we're taking so many steps back is because we never were focused on moving forward. We were stagnant, mediocre, status quo, and just moving right along. As long as some people can get rich and you can maintain a poor class of indigenous people that you have always thrived on the backs of. Let's just face the truth. You never built this country. No European has ever been effective in building anything. You have been effective at lying and taking everything. Look at the globe. Who puts a price on land? You. Nothing is earned by merit and things of that nature from your perspective. Yeah, there's always been a price of land, but who owned it all? That's why there was never a price. Let's get to the next moment. All right. Recognizing the fault in self. This is exactly what I'm speaking of. Recognizing the fault and fuckery in your own behaviors. Look at George Santos' ass. Called himself a congressperson that had an OnlyFans account, robbed his fucking fellow congresspeople, robbed Americans, and robbed people that trusted him and knew him, and didn't give a fuck about none of them. No empathy, no sympathy, no nothing. If we have to live in a world where Trump keep freeing people like this motherfucker that needs to be under somebody's jail that he know he's supposed to be. I wonder, does he have any redemption? Who knows? He was in some scrutiny. He was. I wonder if he learned anything from the shit he did. I'm not sure if a person can go that far doing what he did if he has the empathy and sympathy to even act as if there was some form of reform that he can get. Because I bet you, if you put his ass in the same situation, he'll look to say, "I'm right back on the fans, sashaying, and drag Green around, and still been a racist Republican." Yeah, that's why he got pardoned. That's what Trump's like. That's what he likes. See, the thing is to own both sides of evil. Own it all. They say there's no such ain't no such thing as bad press. That's how Trump feels, man. They want to own all evil. So you sit up here, you want MAGA Mike Grinder Johnson. You know that little boy love a penis in his booty little hole. That boy is a terrible little thing. He lies about everything. He tries to talk sweet, smart, and gay as he is. And I don't have anything against nobody that's gay. But this boy here just pretends to be like he's just the American white man, and he's wonderful. But yet and still he's a sycophant. He has boyfriends and shit. And y'all know all these conventions, man, they break Grinder, man. If y'all listen to the news, man, they be fucking Grinder, man. These dudes claim that they're evangelicals, but they're evil dick marauders. Yeah, they like each other more than anything on the planet. They don't love nothing but each other. That's who the fuck they like. They don't like women. Why you think women feel like prisoners? Why you think you got all these white girls out here getting that work done and saying, I don't like nothing that look like me and nothing that act like me. I want them I want anything melanated. I want anything dark. Anything. Just not him. He don't like me anyway. He too busy playing with his cousin ass in every way. So they were like, oh, y'all have no interest in women whatsoever. And I'm not saying all, but some, a lot, some of them, you know. And then you got on the flip side of the game, grew up with these one TV men because of how they was talking about things like toxic masculinity. That is the most psychotic shit a little boy could ever hear in that era. I was grown, but I heard little boys hearing about that. I'm like, you can't tell no damn boy it's toxic to be a goddamn man. He grow up been feminized and shit. And then you had stupid women, stupid acting women, not all, some but not all, you know, behaving as if it was okay to not have a boy's father in his life. And then you laughing with the boy got on a goddamn dress. Or you laughing when he don't find women interesting because he see how filthy and disgusting and nasty you is. So how does he even want to be with a woman knowing how my mama don't act right? Sons judge their mothers. I don't give a fuck who you is. You do. It takes a man to understand, a good man to understand and raise these kids out here. That's why, you know, little boys I come in contact with, I mean, hey man, I'm glad you see the example of a man. So every time you have a time in your life, you need to know the real answer about something, you can talk to a real man. And he ain't gonna diddle your ass either. Gonna give you some good answers and solutions so that you can be successful. Shout out, nephew. You know who you is. I'm gonna put you on the spot, but you know, successful as hell. Boy, make plenty of money. But been making plenty of money since he was about 17 years old. He probably went down to 39, and that boy ain't never stopped. That young man know who he is. He gonna holler at me. You know what I'm saying? So we just have to keep our eye on our youth. These little YNs out here. All of them ain't bad, man. And while we talk so much shit about them, how about you give them some advice? How about you give them some respect so that you put them in a position to listen to you? That's all the problem is. They hurting. And then you got some dudes or some of them dudes they age take advantage of them because they got that homosexual quality of nature about them, and they ain't like that, and they don't want that either. Everybody ain't into that, and I think it's unfair to even approach a man in that facet. I think that needs to come to a complete end now, right damn now. You got women out here. You got kids you supposed to have. You got women out here. They want you. They need you, but they won't change if you acting like them. You got more goddamn feminine ways than she got. You want to look as good as she do. You wasn't there. You want to wear nail because she went. What the fuck is going on, man? Where's your daddy? I'm your aunt. I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you like this. I need you to watch some old movies like Shaft. You know what I'm saying? And I need you to read some real history and understand the positions that a man should take and why there is a difference between masculine and feminine. A man is the one, a woman is the zero. Let me tell you how logical this makes sense. When you plug a lamp in and flip on that switch, that's like a dick in a pussy. Yeah, it makes magic. Lord, let there be light. That's how you feel when your dick is in a coochie. And when you have that intimacy with a woman, yeah, that's the only thing that's right. That's fitting. That's order. And you can't feel bad about that. You should love that. There's nothing more to love on this planet. I'm gonna tell you, in the OG, the great Dr. Yosef Ben Yakin, he said, I don't know how a man could ever love another man or like another man. I want to be with a man when you came from a vagina. And most men that I know and know spend every day trying to get back to one. I know I do. It's exhilarating. Women are the most fascinating being in life's creation. And even I knew would say so, because he says, when I created myself out of myself, who stood beside me? No, that woman. That's why the universe is built like a womb. That's why the woman is God. Not us, we're protectors. God-like. But see, my X chromosome and my Y chromosome are the same size. I ain't got no half-size X. That's for mutanoids. A man. You understand? So this is why you have to understand the last whoop moment. Renew your confidence and your mind. Know what you are supposed to be doing at all times. As a man, you should never be lost, bored, wandering in space, acting like you ain't got nothing to do. That's bitch behavior. You should always have something on your mind, money to make, organizing, doing something, preparing, learning, succeeding, earning. That's man behavior. That's what the fuck you're supposed to be doing, man. Nothing else. And if anything is on your mind, then I think you struggle with being a man. Check it out. That's the show tonight. I appreciate you. I hope you learned something. Thank you for tuning in. YouTube and TikTok. How y'all doing? I appreciate y'all. YouTube, I owed you this one. And remember, you know how we end the show. So, you know that's my favorite part. So come on, say it with me. Come on. Here we go. The wheel is yours. Don't ever forget that shit. And be easy. Take it easy. Be well, learn, and bring